This is Johannes.
And this is Sunniva.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And welcome back to Keep or Cull, where we play our whole collection of 600 plus games and decide whether to keep or cull them.
That's the show. If you are new to the channel, there's something you can do that makes us happy, and what is that?
Watch all our videos and subscribe, yeah.
The first thing is most important. If you watch all the videos, that's going to take a long time before you subscribe.
But we'd be happy.
Yeah, but if you want to do it in the other order, that's even better.
Yeah.
So if you subscribe first and then you can watch all the videos.
That makes more sense.
That makes more sense. So we have 10 more games today.
Yeah.
We are slowly but surely chipping away. Some of these are even games that are pretty new to us.
Yeah.
So that means that games are coming in and out at a okay pace.
Yeah, we've been to a board game con.
Yes.
Here in Norway, and we've gotten to play some heavier games as well.
Yeah, mostly review things.
Yeah.
Things you've already seen.
Yes.
Tiletum and Great Western Trail.
Absolutely, but some oldies and goldies as well.
Hopefully goldies.
Yeah.
We will see.
We'll see.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you want to begin or should I begin?
I can begin.
You begin. With a very big heavy game.
With a big heavy game. Well, it's a small, not that heavy game. It's Walking in Burno.
Let's see. Oh, it's pretty light actually.
Oh, it's been pretty light.
A joke nobody has ever done before.
Yes.
First in Board Gaming Ramblings. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, boom.
And this is a delightful game.
Yes.
I always enjoy my time playing this game. I've done since the first time we played it. I actually don't think I've played it that many times. But
maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, but it's been like in the shelf, and every time I see it, I just like, oh, that's a great game, and it still is. I think it's nice the way you're drafting buildings.
Yeah.
You can draft like 1, 2, or 3 parts of like the building, the roof and the bottom and the
middle part.
Yes, and you're trying to build this street with buildings with one color. Yeah, with certain rules and certain scorings, and trying to maximize your points.
That is true. It's a good game.
That is true.
That is true.
No lies in that description.
No lies at all. Next up, we have Loveless and Babbage. This is a pretty weird game.
Oh yeah.
It is a speed math game.
Yeah.
That is basically what it is. You are doing math and you're doing it as quick as you can, trying to not make wrong things with math. And also, you're doing math not just for fun. It's not like, oh, we're going to do mathematics now and see what happens. You're trying to reach specific numbers to get resources and to get majority in those resources.
To get points.
And to get victory points. So you're ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom.
I like this game. I don't like speed games usually.
That's
well,
true.
I can enjoy them, but you're so fast and it's impossible to win over you. And I really don't like math either. But this feels like a fun puzzle to me, and I really enjoy these games that make you feel smarter. And I think that you can really get really good at this game if you play it a lot. I thought the puzzle in here was very enjoyable.
I think if you're playing with someone that's really good at math, it's going to be boring because the timer aspect of the game comes in play when one person is done. It's going to flip the time and you have 1 minute. So if you play with someone that's super quick, it's going to be a harder one to play. But another good game, absolutely. It's another small game kept in a collection.
Then we have a roll and ride game. It's Super Skill Pinball.
4K. This one I've been wanting to play for a while, and we got the possibility to buy it at the con for pretty cheap. So you're ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom.
Do you want to start because you want to keep it?
Oh yeah, I want to keep it because I thought the first one we only played like the basic one.
Yes.
I enjoyed that one, but the other ones are going to be way more complicated, so I'm excited to try out those.
Yeah, I liked it. The reason I chose Cull for this one is because it was very swingy, like luck aspect.
It wasn't more luck aspect than in many other keeper Cull games.
Roll and write games, yeah. And in this game, I didn't really mind. I think that was because I got a little lucky. I did very well in this game, but the timing of it, it's very thematic.
Yeah.
Like the dice that you roll and get numbers, it dictates where like your ball in the pinball machine can go, and you can go downwards like in a pinball machine, and then you have to use the bumpers to get it up again. And that means that having bad luck in this game, it can like swing between very, very good and very bad.
Yeah.
And then usually in a roll and ride game, you're just like, oh, I didn't get it now. Let's roll again and hope that I get it. Well, it's you're falling down. Then it's too late, you know. I like that you have some room for mitigation in this game, and I don't mind keeping it to try the other stuff, but I think that this game is more enjoyable for me if I play it solo, like in an app version, or like if I take out like that I have more bad luck than you, kind of,
We can call it, I'm thinking like we call it, and if someone is coming saying like, oh, the game is going to change completely with the other boards, then let us know, or else it's fine. There's just so many games and I don't know when we are going to play it, so it's fine with me. Next up, then we have another weird game called Senators. Yeah. This is a game that we got from Indie Boarding Cards back in, I think, 2017. And it is a reprint of another older game. It's a weird one. It says there's like blackmail, bidding, and bribery in ancient Rome. And it is basically kind of like a multifaceted auction game with many different kind of auctions, events that have auctions. And the goal is basically to get money and spend the money on victory points.
Yes.
So you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom.
This has all the things that I don't like in it.
That is true.
But like surprisingly, I don't hate it.
No.
It has some really interesting things. Like first of all, the economy in this game is pretty like closed off.
Yeah.
It's hard to get like a lot of money into the game, but then you spend it all for points. And also the way that you auction.
You do get a lot of points when you when you sell the
that is true. But like besides that, but the interesting fact is that the cards that you win in the auctions are not yours.
That's
like
true.
they're still up for grabs, and other people can take them. And trying to like keep the cards that will give you points and trying to destroy for your opponents, it's interesting in this game.
This one I really want to keep because this is one that is just so unique and different from all other games, even in this genre. For me, like, this is for me kind of what I wanted modern art to be.
Oh, yeah.
Modern art is like a multifaceted, like many different kind of auctions and all of that, but I just never got engaged in it. This I really love. Even though I did horribly when we played it now, I just think it's a very unique and different game. We laughed a lot. People had a lot of fun. Even you.
Yeah.
So I really want to keep this one. It's a small one, so I'm going to put it on the keep pile.
As you don't play with me,
That's true.
Fine.
Then we have the next big and heavy game.
Yes, this is Panamax.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Let's go, yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom.
This was so fun.
Yeah.
Panamax was...
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's so hard.
So tough.
Yeah. It's one that we've gotten for a long time ago.
2017, I think.
Oh, okay. Not longer? It seems like
It is from 2014, but I think we played it firstly in 2017. Okay. Yeah, but that's 6 years old.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
2017 is 6 years ago, yeah. No,
so
5 years. 5 years. 2022 it's now.
But I remember when we got it, and I saw, because you played it once without me the first time you played it, it looked so heavy, and I was just like, oh, I don't want to play that because it still felt a little too heavy for me. But when I played it like the last couple of times, it's just like overall so enjoyable. I like the interaction in this game.
It's almost all the interaction.
It's so much interaction because you're placing your boats into the harbors, well they are there, and then you're placing these dice, which are goods, onto your ships and other people's ships, and you're basically trying to move them through the canal to get them where they're supposed to be, because
Which
that
canal?
lets you... I don't know, the Panama Canal, yes. I presume.
That is true.
I just say the canal.
Yeah.
And then you get points. But it's so hard because you have to pay costs for all that you goods that you have, both like in play and out of play, if that's in your warehouse. And
the things you have in your
stocks and or is it stocks? It's shares.
Which is the same thing.
And it's just your money and the company's money, and it can be very hard to turn your ship around when you're gotten a little
it's a harsh one for sure. Like you feel like, oh, you lost then after you do like one thing.
Well, like I crushed you.
Oh yeah. Badly. Like you got all the points, all the other people got 0 points. But it's a really, really fun one. Next up, we have Tinner's Trail. Martin Wallace it's a remake, basically, of an older game. You do Martin Wallace stuff. You try to make factories, get goods, sell those goods for money. A lot of nice economic stuff in this game. Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom. It's fine. I think it's fine. I think that it's a bit simple. and it has there is some expansions in here which I think would have made it better. But then again, the point of Keeper Cull is not to keep everything and hope it gets better. So that's after we played it, I was sure I was going to do keep because it was enjoyable and I was wanting to play those expansions. But there's just so many games and we cannot play them all and we cannot own them all, which is the point of this. And so yeah, I think that it's a fine game. The first time I played, we did a rule completely wrong, which made the game make no sense and have no meaning whatsoever. But now I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it, so that is why.
Yeah, I don't like this game.
No.
It's not my cup of tea. It's not necessarily a bad game. Well, it is.
I don't think it's a bad game. No.
But it's not my style of game. Like, if you're bidding for stuff, that's not my main issue.
But you don't like that usually?
Yeah, I don't like that.
No?
You don't know what you're bidding for.
And that makes it even better for you, the speculation.
I hate
it. Seeing somebody and say, somebody looks at the tile and say, oh, one for that. Yeah. I think that's fine.
But
and trying to outsmart you don't like that at all. No. Like the psychological thing in game, you hate that.
But usually, if all the other things that you do in the game are very interesting, I can see past that and have an enjoyable time. But I was literally waiting for this game to end because I didn't find it enjoyable.
I like a lot of things in the game. The time track, the different resources that are limited, so the timing, interaction is very interesting, but it's just not.
I like the way that if you. Because you can win an auction when it's not your turn, and then you lose the time instead of the player spending the action, and then you can basically screw yourself over because you
don't
use
have time
time
to do anything else.
and you can't do anything else.
If you don't think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, next up.
Next up
we have game.
Rurik Dawn of Kiev.
Are you ready?
Yes.
One that we rated very highly when we played it for a review earlier.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom.
Yeah, this is
I wasn't sure about that because after we played it last time, I felt like, okay, it's good. The thing I thought was the best, which you also, What do you like best about this game?
Well, I'm sad to see it go because I've enjoyed this game so much, and it's a fairly new to our collection, I feel like, because we haven't played it a lot.
2019, I think,
like 2019. So, time is
Yesterday,
weird.
3 years.
But it's one of those games that sits on the shelf and I see it and I thought, oh, that is fun. And then when I finally played it now, the thing that is most fun, the really, really interesting action selection, bidding, auction mechanism is stellar. I love that, but the things that you do apart from that, it might be just our last play of it now that didn't become that interesting.
No, but I never, the other times we played it as well, I felt like the auction mechanism amazing, the dudes on the map getting the resources.
That's just fine. Yeah. So I wish that I still thought it was the stellar game that I thought it would be, but it has fallen a bit for me, and this time it doesn't just it doesn't. What do you call it? Cut the crap? No.
It doesn't cut the crap. That's what we're gonna say.
No.
Rurik Dawn of Kiev doesn't cut the crap.
I don't know.
Make the cut, I think we're gonna say.
Thank you.
Making the cut of the crap.
Yes.
That's it. You don't make the cut of the crap with Rurik Dawn of Kiev.
Well, I still think it's a good game, but all of the games, it's,
Okay, next up then we have Eternal Palace. This is also a newer game from Alicat Games. It's a dice drafting game. No, not dice drafting. You roll dice. Dice rolling game.
Dice placement.
Yeah, dice roll and move game. It's not. It's but it's basically a racing game.
It has dice.
Trying to get these decorations and getting these painting things, getting this as fast as you can to score the most points. Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom.
It was fine.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Could you show the back of the box?
Let's do it. That's something people said. Remember, people said it.
The components in this game is really nice. First off, I thought the rolling of the dice and then placing them behind the board and then separating into secret groups. So a 5 and a 6 become 11 if you're good at math.
We already talked about math.
Yeah. And then when you all reveal your dice, you say you also want to go to 11, then I have to make sure to get there first, because that's can be positive, because you don't have to pay stuff. But you're essentially wanting to get resources, spend resources on getting things, and go up on tracks to get things. And the things I'm talking about could be like these tokens, these boring tokens, but they're not. I think it's really clever and creative. They have made these little like canvas pieces that you place onto your canvas, and then it becomes a little weird, but sometimes beautiful picture.
Sometimes good picture.
It's
if you
a
don't
little
get
chaotic. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff potentially.
There is. But yeah, it's a fun game, but not one that we needed to keep in a collection. Yeah. So that is why we are putting it on the Cull pile.
Yes.
That's how it works if you don't know it yet. Next up, we have another game we actually got at the con.
Box.
One that I've been wanting to get since it came out, but it's always been super expensive. Now we got this and both of the expansions, which is always a lot more than we need for these kind of like case-based games for very cheap.
Yes.
And this is a detective game where you can play it like fully cooperative or fully competitive, but the game is made for being played with one game master or a chisel who can win the game, kind of, but I feel like that is more like to have a win condition.
Yeah.
More of being a game master and all the other players are playing competitively. So sometimes you can do choices to try to balance out if somebody is way off or somebody is finding out the case because it's a deduction game.
Yeah.
So you can kind of be like the game master, try to make everybody have the most fun.
Or you can just like forget that you have things on the other players. And
No, I didn't do that. I just played it kind of nice. The first time I played it, and the other people we played it really enjoyed it. So let's see what we thought.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, boom.
I thought it was really fun.
Yes.
We've only played the tutorial scenario,
or
like the first case,
one, which is a shorter one.
Maybe a little simpler one as well. But I thought it was super interesting the whole time.
Yeah.
The way that the case is built up, and also I really enjoy the system, the way that you move, the way,
The way that you move.
Yeah.
That's probably a song.
That is a song.
That's why you stopped, because you got a song in your head.
Yeah, that's true. And also, I like how you're trying to, when you question people or like suspects, you're trying to see like, oh, do I think that you've given me the best answer, like the honest answer, or should I push you a little? And if Johannes was the chisel this time,
and I'm probably gonna do that every time because
maybe
that's
you enjoy that.
Yeah, and you don't.
Yeah. Well, if I think that you have like tried to trick me, then I can push. But if you gave me the best answer, then you have leverage over me, which can lead to a non-benefit. What's the opposite thing of benefit?
Non-benefit.
Yeah, the negative.
Unbenefited.
Yes.
The negative benefit of faces.
Word is. Yes, but you get it. It was really enjoyable.
You get it. I enjoyed it.
I'm looking forward to playing it.
And the two people we played it was like, we know we usually play new games, but you have to play this again.
So we know what we're gonna play with them next time.
Next up, we have the last game for today, game number 10. This is Lands of Galzyr, which just came from Kickstarter. It is a
magically. I don't know how.
It's a very light narrative game of moving around and reading stories. So let's see what we thought. Are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, boom.
I thought it was really nice.
Yes.
But it wasn't for me.
Nope.
That is kind of my takeaway from it.
Yeah.
I thought like the characters and the world were really like cozy and the writing was phenomenal.
Good, yeah.
Really,
very good.
really well written stuff.
Fun characters?
Yes, absolutely. And fun little side quests to get along with your main quest along the way.
There's really no main quest.
Yeah, that was kind of my main problem with it. In these storytelling games, I want a little more substance than I got in this game. I didn't mind the simple gameplay that much.
I think I mind that. I think like it's for me it's too light on mechanisms.
Yeah.
Because basically the mechanisms are move, read a story.
Yeah, but then like in a skill check, for example.
Yeah, there are skill checks, so it's more.
You have to see like, okay, which dice do I have that matches this? And we were gamifying this a little bit because you usually get the little options of what to do, and then you see like and then you say like, oh, I'm sucking at this. I'm really good at this. Let's do this. But
don't cut the crap.
Yeah. Well, this doesn't cut the crap. Well, yeah. And also you have a lot of items that can give you keywords and positive effects in certain skill checks, and I enjoyed that. I just didn't have anything that brought me back to it.
No.
Yeah.
This is more mechanisms. This is super light on mechanisms, but it's more mechanisms than Trudvang, which we did a review of.
Yeah.
When you haven't seen that, go and check it out. We did not like that. And this, I would rather play this.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still too light for me on the mechanisms.
I agree.
Yeah. It is, as I said, and this is basically, you could play the game knowing this rule. Move, read the story.
Well, this is a what did you call this game? It's a game like even if you fail a test, you still move forward.
Yeah,
with your
you
story.
have a failing forward system,
Yes.
so you can never fail. There's no fail. There's no dying. I don't need that %.
No,
but
and it isn't that kind of game.
The problem, another big problem for me with this game was the fact that you can play it competitive or you can play it cooperative, and you basically don't change anything in the game except for one thing: is that if you play cooperative, you're going to count your points, put them together, and that's your points. If you play competitive, the player with the most points is the winner. So basically what happens is that you go around, do your stuff, I go around, do my stuff, and it's just like I'm reading some stories for you and you're reading some stories for me.
I don't care what happens to you.
It doesn't feel like a cooperative game. It
was nice to read your stories. But...
I'd rather play this solo, just like looking there and reading the stories and doing that, but I wouldn't do that because I don't play solo. But I think this might be a better solo game than it is a multiplayer game.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I think that you can have a lot of fun with this game, but I think that you have to want something else from it than we do.
You would want
because some of the characters that you meet are more fun to like experience the story if you're just alone. I don't know if that would
depends. Like many people,
like reading a book. I don't know.
Yeah, but many people love playing story games solo, so that then they don't need that.
That's true.
That for me, that sharing is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Which is like one of the reasons also I usually only play these story games with you, because then it feels like that. When you play with another player, it doesn't feel that way. So those are 10 more games.
Yes.
And actually this time we got a 50-50 in the keeping and the culling.
Not bad.
And we actually, look at this, we kept almost only small games. Only one big game and a normal game, and then look at this, almost all big games that we called. So best and worst
pile here.
Best and worst experience.
Best experience, I think that has to be like Panamax was really enjoyable, but I really had a really good experience with Detective as well.
Yeah.
One of those two, I think. Worst experience.
I'm looking forward to the day when the best experience is in the Cull pile and the worst experience is in the keep pile.
Well, Tinder's Trail, I just didn't click with me.
No, that's fine.
Unfortunately.
I think worst for me is Galzyr. I just thought it was kind of boring. I hoped it was going to be really good, and it wasn't for me. Fun game, but not for me. And then this one's the best one, I think. Probably Panamax or Senators, both really nice games. It was really fun to play Loveless and Babbage again. I'm going to go with Senators being the most like, we laughed a lot. And Panamax was more like, oh, we lost now and we're laughing at that. So, 10 more games.
Yeah.
And that is it. If you are still here and you have not subscribed, you can do so now. Bye.
Click on the subscribe button after you've watched all of our videos.
No, please do it first.
Yes. If you want to do something that's not free, you can go to
patreon.com/boardgamingramblings and support us there.
Yes.
And that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. More videos coming soon. And that's the end.
Yes.
I'm Johannes.
I'm Sunna.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.